They gave me a turkey burger instead of a falafel sandwich. You fucking twat. I'm you fucking. Why? Why is everybody so incompetent? I'm hungry. God, mother. He couldn't find where I was too either. Son of a bitch. Need help. I got a falafel sandwich and lentil soup, but what arrived was a turkey burger. Why? Alright, I think I still got some shit in the fridge from last week.
Whenever he uses computer, it freezes.
Do we have any forks?
Like I go to the website and it dies.
AB14? Yeah, I'll finish the food that JP got me a few days ago. How long is falafel stay good for in a refrigerator?
The falafel is just veggies, so I don't think we'll ever go bad. Be dry.
3-day-old falafel. Yummy. No turkey for me. Why removed old video? Why ask really unspecific question? Why ask question in incomplete sentence without title or reference to anything? Glad I saved this. It's actually pretty good. That was an accidental live stream from my phone to the wrong channel. And that was that. Any more of those grape things? Nah. The post office did find everything.
Did they send it?
I am about to stream a repair, but I do have to fix. I am hungry. Once food is done. Very hungry. All the interesting salad is left. We are now left with the green stuff. They won't tell me where they found the packages, actually. I can't. They're not allowed to share details of an ongoing investigation. I'm really curious, though. These are some sort of beans. Dude, I'm happy they just found this shit in the first place. That's way more than you could ever expect from USPS. Yeah, Restream used to change the stuff, but it hasn't been doing that for a while. So it doesn't change the title. So I've tried to make it as generic as possible. But it looks like I got to make a new category as well. Let's make this some nice generic stuff. Category, is there a general category? There is not. Generic, is there a generic category? There is not either. What the fuck do I put for, can I use no category? Oh, cool, no category. Very good. Alright. And now, you want a turkey burger?
Just ate.
This is the only thing that I have here to eat. Thank you, by the way. I got an email. I got to go through these gift receipts, but you know, that's just great. Shit, my phone's ringing. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
I think I have a mistake with your phone. It's not yours.
Yeah, this is a turkey burger.
Okay. I'll come back.
Alright, yeah, let me know when you're here.
Okay.
Hard to find good help nowadays. BRB. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're going to be looking at an A1398 that has no backlight. See if we can make this a happy machine. I got 2 new spaces to look at tomorrow. Test. Is this too loud? It's probably too loud. Let's see. Hello. Test. Test. Wow, that is one loud ass microphone. Hello. Test. Test. Okay. Hey everybody. How's it going? Today we're going to be working on yet another dead MacBook. And, well, not actually dead, it just seems like it has no backlight. We can be working on this until my food arrives, because the moment my food arrives, it's time to eat. Let's get to work and see what's wrong with this MacBook. Let's turn on my light and see what we can do to make this a happy working MacBook. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the bottom of the case. We're going to measure what voltage we get at backlight output. Test equals question mark. That's not a sentence, so unfortunately I don't have a way to answer that. Let's see. Make it a working Apple again. I will try. Didn't you eat? I ate one, like 3/4 of a falafel ball. That's not food. What happened at the first place you looked at? I did not look at it 10 times. I looked at it 2 times, and then I continued searching. You should always keep your mind open every possibility. I labeled it the potential new place in my stream title, not guaranteed new place. My God, that's a lot of dust. Grow. It just shot up at me. Oh my God. Ugh. Ugh. Fucking disgusting. Here you go, Nell. Have a no backlight. Be right back in just a minute. I don't want to eat that before my food arrives. Hey everybody, time to work on yet another dead MacBook. Until my food arrives, at which point I'm ditching all of you. Let's take a look at this machine and see what's going on with it. This is an A1502 MacBook, and it's got no power.
Switched it.
Actually, never mind. My food just arrived. This A1502 can suck it. That's what I call timing. I've been waiting for this to arrive forever. This place is so fucking slow. Abominably slow. Useless. Utterly useless. What?
At least you knew where to go.
I ordered this shit at like 1:30. You missed the donation. Thank you for telling me I missed it, rather than copying and pasting what they said. Let's see, what have I missed? Let's find the browser tab. Where is the browser tab? Okay. Now log. Been watching your videos for a long time. I like you because you are a great human being. Are you sure you're watching the right person? And I enjoy the fact that you verbalize your experience for others to learn from. If you ever come to Portugal, I'll take you around. Portugal seems like a nice place. It does. Although, are you sure you're watching the right person? I'm not as nice as you may think I am. You're eating so late. Indeed. Remember to drink your water. I will remember to drink my water. Sponsored by Clinton the Cat. Don't delay. Buy today. bit.ly/buy a bottle. That's bit.ly/buy a bottle. Got some lentil soup. What I was eating before were leftovers because there was no... Because this place that I ordered food from an hour ago finally delivered it. It's taking their sweet ass time. Some lentil soup. Some quality lentil soup. New stylus that Mac is using for touchscreens that cost $300. And they design it so you can only use that one. Nope, but that sounds like Apple. Lentils. How's the hunt for a store going? Pretty good. I have more places to look at today after around 6 o'clock. I'll be riding around and you get to see. Yeah, the Fang is definitely better than Google Street View. Anel, do you have an electric vehicle yet? Have you thought about getting an electric scooter?
Until my legs stop working.
It's so much fun. Your legs don't do 58 miles an hour. Your knife into a car window may do 58 miles an hour.
Don't say that out loud. Don't give them away yet.
It's not evidence if it didn't happen.
I wasn't part of it, you know.
Any fellow Australians here? Is there a Paul Daniels? Any buggy software in my stream? Oh my God, that's good. That is quality. Quality.
Doesn't work for me.
Mmm. Oh, fuck that MacBook. Not fixing that piece of shit can wait. This is good. Never heard of them, Andrew. Hey, look, it's a number calling me. Why, hello. 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 And you're blocked. This hot sauce is lovely. Absolutely lovely. We save the rest for later, because if I eat it all at once, I become a fat ass. And I've been a fat ass before, and I'm not going to become a fat ass again. Excuse me. Damn, that was good. I really do want to eat the rest of it, but I've had enough calories, but I still want to eat the rest of it. It's really hard. Once you become a fat ass, it's hard to not be a fat ass because your body gets used to that level. And then there's also the gut bacteria that's, especially if you start eating sugary shit, where it's used to, the gut bacteria is used to the stuff that's there, and it eventually moves over to other parts of your body and starts making you sad and aggravated and pissed off if you don't eat junk anymore. It's awful. Absolutely awful. And then don't become a fat ass because it's very difficult to go back. I was at about 188 pounds for a period. That's no good at my height. All right, so today we're going to be working on a dead MacBook. Here we have an A1502 MacBook. It's not turning on. Let's open it up and try and figure out why it's not turning on. As you know here, every single one of my customers over the past 10.5 years have been paid actors, as many have accused me after my last video. Everybody here, like Anel, he doesn't actually fix anything. He's an actor. And it's very obvious to tell, does this guy look like he actually does any sort of work for a living? The fuck he does. Everybody here at 186 First Avenue is a paid actor. We pay our rent based on paid actors. My insurance bill, paid actors. Over $55,000 a month in payroll. Actors! I was just born with David Koch's money, don't you know? Anyway, so let's just open this thing up and see what's wrong with it. This MacBook also just happens to be a paid actor. I bought this thing 5 years ago when it was new, and I poured liquid in it just so that I could shit on Apple in this very stream. Why is this thing on and noisy all the time? I really wish Anel was an actor sometimes. When he was trying to figure out how to turn on the air conditioner before and couldn't figure it out, I really hoped that was acting.
Just an insane.
That was paid acting. Alex did the same shit where he instead of putting it on high cool or medium cool or low cool, he put it in between the three, so the compressor would turn on but the fan wouldn't turn on, and then it freezes over. Oh, another dusty piece of shit! Damn it, what's all this dust doing over here? Alright. So what we're gonna do here, before I touch any of this nasty trash shit, also known as a MacBook, I'm gonna get some gloves on. We're going to turn on the power supply and the power supply software. Power supply software, once I click it, I hit a button, and it immediately just works.
That's odd.
Because unlike Paul Daniels' software, this was not programmed in the non-favored nation of Australia. Australia is very close to non-favored nation status at Rossman Repair. Every single package that I send to Australia gets lost. Every single one. And if I had to guess, I'd say that it's Paul effing Daniels that's responsible. Probably standing right outside the post office. You know, this little fucking stick. Bag over his back with a $sign on it. Offering it to the mailman. Postal woman. Say, don't deliver this shithead's packages. I'm gonna get you, Paul. I'm gonna get you. Alright, so we got our power supply on. Let's just get the output going. Get it on the screen. Let's see how many amps it takes. It takes 100 milliamps and doesn't turn on. Interesting. Typically 100 milliamps and not turning on means that we have an all-sys power good issue. The all-sys power good circuit The all-sys power good circuit is going to be what tells the CPU, hey, I'm ready for you to create vCore because we have every rail that will be required for vCore to be created. Let's take a look and see if that's the issue. One of the reasons that I always check how much amperage the board itself is using, as you notice here, I unplug the battery. I don't want to know what the battery is drawing when charging, only the board by itself. One of the reasons that I'm very interested in that is that I can typically associate the amount of amperage being taken with the actual problem that we have, which saves me time the next time that I have to work on it. And time is something that is very important here because everybody wants things back instantly. It's one of the reasons that I'm unable to work on every single brand of machine because simply the amount of time it would take for me to order a test part for another machine is 2 to 3 times the amount of time that a customer is okay with waiting on a repair. We live in a very Amazon Prime-like society nowadays, and if I can't have it done immediately, well, why even bother at all, many would say. So any of these shortcuts are really important, and I mentioned this in my guide. You can take a look down below. I have a 100+ page guide to learning board repair, and I think it will really help all of you who are looking to get into the craft. Kind of get a leg up. It's not some really confusing thing with bunch of formulas and words that you don't understand. I use pictures, I use size 48 font, I try to make it as simple as humanly possible so that even if you don't understand electronics, you can get started and feel like you know something. And then actually get something done. There's burrito on your face. Impossible. You know, the thing that was really interesting to me, it used to be the argument was, well, that's not the outcome that you would want with that price, but you don't understand there's a reason that Apple has to do things that way. And they would explain the reason. What I find interesting with the last video I did versus the CBC piece is now they don't even make up a reason for it. They just say that's so ridiculous you have to have made that up. And what that tells me, I don't care about what you think. If you don't believe me, that's absolutely fine. I still got, it doesn't matter what random people believe. It matters what actually occurs because that type of stuff occurring is what brings customers in the door. So whether somebody believes that this video is true or not means legitimately nothing to me or my business. But what I find interesting is that people are actually they're saying, wow, that's so bad it cannot be true. I have no defense for that. It must be that Lewis made it up. That's interesting because, again, I know that it's true. I know it's true because I dealt with that customer. I know they weren't a paid actor or anything. So it's really interesting that now the excuse is that just simply cannot be real because it's so unbelievably bad, the service that you get in an Apple store. And it kind of made me laugh when I saw that the average thing that people were saying is that can't be real. That just gave me a kick. All right, so it looks like we are still taking 100 milliamps even when everything else is taken out of the machine. Now, we do have a light in our charger, and that light in our charger is going to indicate that PP3V42_G3hot is present. That is the rail required for the green light to be present, for the one-wire circuit to work, which is what allows the SMC to speak to the charger, and for the SMC to work, the SMC is going to be the chip that speaks to the charger. So let's open up a schematic for an 820-3476 motherboard. If you couldn't read that, you should get your eyes checked. It's very visible, very obvious right there. You should be able to see it from a mile away. We're going to open up a schematic and a board view for that and get started. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Power Rails page. There's a page called Power Aliases, and it's going to list every single rail that we're expecting here. Alright, so here we're at the page that lists every single rail. Now, as I've said in many videos, the first thing that we need to do is check the rails that say G3H. There's the prefix, which typically tells us the name of the rail and the amount of power it puts out, and the suffix. The suffix is going to be when it's present. G3 hot, present all the time. S5, present when the machine is off. S4, present when the machine is hibernating, and everything is saved to the disk. S3, that rail is going to be present when the machine is sleeping, and all your programs and open stuff are saved to RAM. SO, when the machine is on, like my machine is right now, that's streaming. So let's check it out and see if PP-Bus G3 Hot is present on this lovely little MacBook. Now we can measure and see if PP-Bus is present right up there. So let's do so and see what it is that we get. So we're going to turn on my multimeter and make sure Paul Daniels' software work. Pray that does. And 12.58 volts. So that's not going to be our problem. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice little look over the entire board, which admittedly we're going to have to remove the SSD to make sure that we're getting a perfect look over the entire board. Sometimes the SSD trolls us and hides corrosion. Okay, we've unplugged it. Very good. We're going to take a nice look over this entire board in the microscope using my microscope camera so that you can see everything as I go. So it looks like this board is heavy on the pubes, like most MacBooks that we get here at Rossman Repair. These pubes, as you may have guessed it, are most likely paid actors that we paid to go onto the board in large numbers so that this would fail, so that we'd have some content to do a video on. Looks like we don't have much corrosion on this side of the board. Just pubes. No shortage of pubes on the other side of the board either. I know, so many pubes. Wow. We have some solder balls by the backlight circuit. Look at that lovely Apple manufacturing quality. Yeah. Nothing like leaving a couple of solder blobs on the board next to your important components. It's definitely not going to result in any sort of random failures before the machine has reached obsolescence. Sure. Alrighty. We look up here. We just got some more food, some pubes. Food, pubes. The all power good area looks fine. Okay, so we're going to have to go... Oh, no. It looks like this is a board for Ernell or Paul. What do we have here? What do you all see on the screen over there? Yeah, this be a board for Ernell. One of my other paid actors here. Ernell, tell them how much money you get paid to be an actor.
Can I disclose that information?
How much do we pay you to act and pretend to fix shit in the background so that it looks like we have a staff, when in reality, this is all about the YouTube money?
I get minimum wage plus commission for every view you get on your paid actor video.
Excellent. All right. So this over here is going to be responsible for voltage going to the CPU. Now, let's just take a look at what U7200 does on the schematic in the board view. U7200 is going to be a buck converter, as you can see, for CPU voltage. This is no good. Very bad. It creates the V-core for the CPU. Now, what this does, it controls these transistors. These transistors are going to switch when this chip tells them to, and this chip is going to switch when this chip tells it to. So, what is this doing? These transistors are taking PP-Bus S5 high-side computing, which is 12.5 volts, splitting it up, and sending it over to the CPU. So it's going to be 12, 0, 12, 0, pulse of 12, 0, pulse of 12, 0, pulse of 12, 0. You get a teeny tiny bit of 12 and a lot of 0. Teeny tiny bit of 12 and a lot of 0. And that's going to average out to around 1.7 volts, somewhere around there. I forget exactly what this uses, but it's below 12. Now what happens when that chip dies? Whoops! 12. Instead of a pulse of 12 and then a bunch of 0, it just sends a bunch of 12. And right over here, this purpose over here, there's going to be an inductor and then a bunch of caps to ground after it on the other pages. But through that inductor, instead of it sending 12 and then a bunch of 0, it just gets averaged out but it's not going to get averaged out if all you're sending is 12, which is what often happens when the controller stops working properly, and what stops working properly when you get water on it. And you got water on it because unlike Lenovo and IBM that figured out how to liquid-proof their computers about 15 years ago, Apple hasn't put the effort in. Must be a budget issue. So let's go ahead and try and fix this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to replace that. We're going to use the quick 861DW hot air station available at store.rossmangroup.com. We're going to put this chip and surround it in flux available at store.rossmangroup.com. And we're going to remove it and replace it with another one. Unfortunately not available at store.rossmangroup.com. Someone says, clean your face, mate. What are we missing here? Let's make this full screen. Oh, God. Ugh. Ugh. I thought I wiped that off. I got $5?
Don't forget that the viewers and super chats are paid actors too.
Yeah, they're the ones funding this whole bullshit. My bathroom is very poorly lit. Hard to see things. All right. Now I'm going to take note of the pins that look nastiest. That one on the bottom right there. See that one that looks a little red? That's the nastiest looking one. So that if we have issues later, we're going to follow it back to there. Let's just get rid of all of that lead-free solder. Everybody remember, there's an L in solder. And there's an L in solder. It's important to remember that there is an L in solder. What is your rate of replacing chips on non-MacBooks? I don't usually replace chips on non-MacBooks. I don't have spare parts to other machines, and people are never willing to wait for them. So, I don't work on them. He does not replace chips, he is an actor. Flower Boy has the correct answer. Actor. By the way, for any of you interested, I went ahead and I did Paul a favor and I gave him a day off yesterday for Labor Day. Everybody email Paul S. at rossmangroup.com and ask him if he's appreciative of the fact that he got Labor Day off. You have Q-tip? Paul S. at rossmangroup.com is also a paid actor.
Oh wait, twice. I gave you a whole station.
Oh, whoops. There's that one weak pad that I ripped off. No big deal. We run jumper. The real issue here is going to be seeing if the CPU is dead because it got 12 volts. That would be painful. Surely people should work harder on Labor Day. See, that's my idea, Drew. I never understood this concept of calling it a day of labor and then nobody works on it. Sounds like some bullshit to me. Erica's here. Everybody say hello to Erica. Job interview? Tagir is a job interview to work at a superior company. He came to work today in a dress shirt. Either that or he has a date, in which case you're in much bigger trouble. Do not cheat on your Russian wife. Alright, we got our jumper put in place. Why do I keep getting random missed calls from people? Who are you, and what do you want? I don't give out this number to anybody. There's no reason that I should have calls on it. Hi Lois, I have an A13 idea of the freezer when I move it as a common issue. That, if you have a 820-3332 board from late 2012, early 2013, potentially fixable. Not common, U8900 issue, look it up. If you have any other year or model, good luck with that one. You're on your own. Yeah, random crashing is typically not a solvable issue. Unless you know where the water went, or it's a model that's known for a specific design flaw, you're not figuring that out. Okay, my chip just flew away. Let me just get another donor board. Labor Day in the UK is called May Day. Yeah, but you spell it with a U. That's just being silly. Labor. 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 What is with the silly spelling of things? Silliness. I have my phone on silent, so I can't tell if it's ringing if I'm not looking at it. It's non-stop with the beeping and the booping and the bothering me, so I keep it on silent for the whole day. I look at it when I have time to look at it, or when I want to look at it. I got work to do. Easy come, easy go, da 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 dee da 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 dee da da. Let them go. Middlescar is that if you open and close it, it kills the screen. And if... Yeah, there's that, and the keyboards die on them for no reason. Those are going to be the issues that you face on that model. Alright, so we're going to plug this in, see if we have any better luck now. Okay, now it's taking 0. Yeah, it's taking 19 milliamps. Oh, what? No, 30 milliamps. I thought I saw 300 for a second. Whoa. 1.8? Dead CPU?
I saw the fan spin.
Why are you taking 1.8 amps, you p...
It's not dead, it's dead now.
Yeah.
Turn it off and back on. Maybe it's too hot. I don't know. Did you cool it down?
Alright, so the pin that was looking nasty is voltage in. That's PP bus G3 hot. Let's just see if that's in the area. Yeah, this is a dead CPU. Rest in pieces. That CPU got a nice 12 volts right to the face. This is going to go in the Paul status for Zalmoing. Paul is going to replace the CPU with a new one from AliExpress. One of his preferred ways to spend his time. Whoops. PP Bus doesn't like being short to ground, but it took it in stride. Yeah, this is dead. It took 1.8 amps for a quick second. You're dead as a dodo. Mama. The max of a socket like PC boards. LOL. You kidding? These people don't even socket the SSD. So this is the socket for the RAM. See? That's... Yeah. Yeah, it's sitting there at that nice clean 30 milliamps. It's baked. Completely baked. That doesn't make any sense, Martin. The sound of fish could not be spelled goti. Plug it back in, someone says. Yeah, let's see what it does. You gonna do 1.8 amps again?
Oh, it took 2 amps.
Seriously?
I had a 2 amp spike yet.
This sounds like a board for Paul. I have to go soon, actually, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time to stream another one right now. Yeah. I am sorry, folks. I am...
That was great.
Yeah, I'm sorry this one wasn't much good. I may do a looking for new store stream later today, so check that one out.
Can I take over the stream?
Do you want to fix something?
Sure.
Let's see. Do we have another account here? Buddy, are you coming home soon? Daddy, are you coming home soon? I'm ready for the snuggle pit. Yeah, more like the euthanasia pit, Oreo. Oreo, it looks like Oreo would like me to come home and put him to sleep. Well, I'll see y'all later.